Just before the Meeting Place Forum in 2017, an active listening research was done to listen to the voice of the many people in Bratislava. Findings show that people are looking for guidance in how to live a life where they don't feel like numbers in a big machine, but they are parts of a closer context. A life of empathy and tolerance, a life that facilitates deep relations and meaningful work. People from Bratislava want to spend their money on experiences that help them achieve that life. But how do we design such experiences? In 2017, our team joined forces with the Avion Shopping Center and took the challenge to create a meaningful experience space. We had a 300 square meter space where we set up a rapid prototyping experiment that lasted 1 month and was done with the help of the local community. The first week was used to find 7 local teams, each proposing one prototype experience. We offered €1,000 cash and a €1,000 Ikea voucher to each team as a budget for the experience.
So right now we are in Ikea where we're buying products for the rapid prototyping experiments for our teams to do training with them. The more diverse the items that we find are, the better it is. And the cheaper they get, also, it is more ideal for us. Items from Ikea inspire our teams to create experiences.
Rapid prototyping uses materials that make it easy to rapidly change and improve an experience based on live customer feedback. In our case, materials from Ikea and boxes were ideal to use. The next weeks were used on preparing the space and training the teams.
They're gonna come in from in there. The space is yours, so feel free to invite your children, your friends, your family to test with them, like we tested within ourselves, because once we start designing, we become blind to what we create. So bring everyone, and then on 7 we're gonna open it to the customers and then see what happens. It's gonna be super chaotic, but then you'll have 8 days to perfect the crazy experience.
So welcome to our experiment space. We are in Avion Shopping Mall and we're gonna create here in the space something creative, something really unusual and unexpected for our customers.
Tam by to na to mohlo zapnúť, ten je vypnutý, treba to zapnúť.
This is a boxing championship. We're in Slovakia at the Avion Shopping Park, and you're here to find the world's best boxer. 1, 2, 3, go!
So right now we're 1 day before lunch. It is 9 o'clock. We're still at Avion Shopping Center.
It's been a lot of work. We've boxed 300 boxes. We've built walls. We've moved things around. We've talked to the right people. But I'm feeling confident. It's looking good. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock it starts, and I have no idea what to expect.
After training and initial setup, the rapid prototyping experiment started and the experiences were open to public.
So right now we're trying to figure out how to stimulate the curiosity of the people. This is how rapid prototyping works. You have to be very radical in your changes. You have to experiment a lot. And in the first 3 days, we have tested several different spaces with several different experiences. And people have learned and have made small modifications to their experiences and have made them a bit better experience.
I'm a little bit afraid that you guys have made something that is complex, long, detailed. My fear is that it is very non-interactive and it demands a lot of space and concentration. Or in other ways, one-way art. One of the things that is super important is to go in with an open mind.
We realized that we can build a better experience that provides them with positive emotion, meaning, engagement, positive relationship and accomplishment. And we're gonna build a journey. And we're gonna use all the teams that we have, scrape all of their ideas and start from scratch in building a more conclusive story of the space. So first, right now we're designing the tunnel of happiness. So the first step in the experience is a positive energy and vibe of what makes you happy.
Today we've made a guide to the experience, which means that everyone who comes in will get this. This tells both about the 7 experiences, it tells about the project, and it also says you're welcome to leave a donation on your way out.
Pozri, odfotíme sa. Počkaj, nie! Nechaj to!
Teraz nám povedzte, čo sa vám tu páči.
Všetko.
Celou vetou.
Páči sa nám tu všetko, Danko? Mne sa to páči, že je tu strašný kľud a každý sa tu usmieva. Všetko sme stihli vidieť a je to perfektné.
Do you like it?
Už má nejaké fotenia za sebou, ale...
For me it's quite interesting because usually we are very serious outside, so this is something we are hidden and we can a little bit more explore our emotion and something which is inside, maybe from our childhood.
Tomorrow is the last day. And I'm confident that it's going to be the best day. It was very hard to go through complete chaos and people not understanding what's going on, what they have to design. Designing everything live with the customers coming from there. It was very hard, very energy consuming, but people got it. Comparing to yesterday, I saw a difference in the teams, that they understood much more how to create human interaction and human connections. We just heard there was someone who had tears in their eyes. We also had people that spent here hours, which is amazing. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for human interaction. We're looking for human connection, and the teams got that.
These experiences were open for 8 days and they were running 4 hours a day. We had 1,036 visitors that tested the experiences. In the last 2 days, we charged entrance for adults and sold 136 tickets. At the end, after a lot of changes based on live feedback, we learned how and what experiences to design for the visitors of Avion. We also learned that with better framing, such an experiment can become an experience accelerator for the shopping centers. For example, at the end of the experiment, some of the volunteers were ready to take their learnings and with support from Avion implement and turn them into businesses inside the shopping center space.
So I'm from the University of Performing Arts.
Hello, I'm Martin. I'm a professional performer.
I'm Jakub Treiter. I'm a sculptor.
Some of the people that entered the Extraordinary Center were really surprised. They were like, wow, what is it in there?
People were difficult sometimes to talk with, but when you start already the discussion and they start to be open, the more they were into the space, the more they like it.
As a next step, we used the same space and items to give a small sample of how rapid prototyping works to the Ikea center and store managers.
This in here is the Extraordinary Center. We tested this while we brought in some of the Avion people and some Ikea people during our test period. And they all came in, not all, most of them came in with invisible notepads. And you could see them thinking, what about fire safety? What does this cost? How is the lighting? This is dirty. How could I do it differently? They were not engaging in the experience necessarily. They came in looking to have somebody for an inspection tour. Now, some of them lost that. They put away their notepads and had a good time. So we're not going to repeat that mistake. We're not going to have 100 inspectors. But we are going to show you the space. You saw a little of what happened. Let's go. Paul will open it up. Come with me.
Right. So
had your first rough test at rapid prototyping, but there were real customers inside who saw the line and joined it because they thought, ooh, something interesting. That's good. You have right now time for redesign before they come in. In 10 minutes exactly, they're coming in again, and they're going to be going to different experiences this time. So you have 10 minutes to redesign.
You can destroy everything if you wish and build up, or you can add on what worked.
I'm going to start the stopwatch. 10 minutes. Yeah, just so you.
Wow! Please welcome.
Oh. Don't disturb.
Страшилка.
Что это?
Ugly.
Ugly.
Страшилка.
Who is ugly? Me or the horse?
Massage, please. Free massage.
Do you prefer Italian massage, Russian massage, Chinese massage?
Italian.
Italian massage, welcome. Russian massage or Chinese massage?
I don't care of the origin, I want the lady.
The lady.
The first time I came into this space, I was simply shocked.
The first experience was, what is this?
I think fun and trust is what you know the first words that come to mind when I watch this.
But I thought it was very, very fun. Very fun. It's a fun way to think outside the comfort zone.
Actually, people can reach their limit of creativity. We've been asked for 3 times to design and redesign and redesign. Every time I was thinking, well, what's the next? Whether we can have a better design, but actually we did it.
It really takes us, it really stretches our borders. It really takes us out of comfort zone.
Talking about the how is addressing the creative part, and you can just, you know, like this afternoon, it's fantastic to see how people pick things up and what's in their mind. And this also for me was the basis of one of the things that put me to do this process.
I like the thought of seeing something bigger than what we have in our everyday life.
I'm happy here.
It was my first encounter with rapid prototype. Absolutely.
It's interesting to see when you put center managers and people working in our company into a place, into a situation where they prototype in a way that they experience themselves that 100% perfection is not always needed, and even 20% and low fidelity card boxes are working to make people happy.
I always like that moments when suddenly happens something but you didn't expect it before and you like it, and this is it, you know.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I'm glad to come here.
Really magical. We spent a very nice time here.
It's absolutely amazing.
It's Narnia.
Today I had a really hard day, and when I came here it's everything better.
It's like a playground for adults and kids as well.
You forget about everything inside. There's another world.
Come and see it in your eyes and enjoy it too, and try to get again or be young again.
You have to see that. It will be really interesting, and definitely you have to see that.
Much better to stay here than going out there and shop.